Introducing Risk Management Services, a division of the Georgia Department of Administrative Services. So, what does risk management do? Risk Management Services directs the insurance programs that provide coverage to state agencies against any possible covered loss. In support of these programs, risk management seeks to decrease insurance costs. They achieve this by identifying, analyzing, and responding to risk factors. So, what are risk factors? Risk factors are anything which increases the likelihood of damage to property, loss of assets, impairment of capabilities, or harm to state employees or others. There are three areas of risk management services operations that we will focus on: insurance services, the property registry, and the comprehensive loss control program. First, we will cover insurance services. Under insurance services, there are 7 insurance service categories that we will answer some basic questions about. Auto liability insurance. The purpose of the auto liability insurance coverage is to protect you, the state employee, if you are in an auto accident. This insurance is assigned to the employee and not the vehicle. State vehicle repair is handled through automobile physical damage coverage. What are some facts you should know? You will need to bring a copy of the identification card with you when driving on state business. A card can be located on our website under Risk Management Forms. If you are involved in an accident, you will call the number on the card within 24 hours. You will collect the listed information on the card and provide it when you make the call. This insurance is in effect when you are performing job duties for the state. For example, you are covered if you are driving to a meeting to discuss state business. It is not in effect when you are taking care of personal tasks like dropping by the bank. This is true even if the personal task occurs on the way to the work site. Any detours to take care of personal business are not covered by the state policy. Liability insurance. The purpose of the liability insurance coverage is to provide financial protection to state entities and employees against a variety of risks resulting from business operations. What are some facts you should know? There are 3 types of liability coverage we will define in this video: general liability, automobile liability, and professional liability. General liability protects from a variety of claims, including bodily injury, property damage, and personal injury. Automobile liability coverage pays out on vehicle damage or bodily injury claims by third parties who are involved in accidents with state-owned vehicles and drivers where the state is determined at fault. Professional liability protects state agencies and employees against civil lawsuits from third parties related to financial losses or other perceived damage caused by the state agency or their employees. In support of the liability insurance program, risk management is involved in determining coverage levels, investigating incidents, assessing liability, making case and claim evaluations, negotiating settlements, managing litigation, and resolving claims. Workers' compensation. The purpose of the Workers' Compensation Program is to provide income, medical care, and rehabilitation to employees who suffer illness or injury due to their employment with the state. It also provides benefits to the employee's family in the case of an employee's death directly caused by their job responsibilities. What are some facts you should know? The amount paid as workers' compensation is based on the employee's salary and is subject to a maximum limit. There are 3 tiers of support tied to the Workers' Compensation Program. The first tier is a proactive approach by risk management to promote the safety of employees through job hazard analysis, education, and corrective action to mitigate hazardous job conditions. The second tier of support occurs in the event of an employee injury. Employees who suffer a job-related injury are aided by the managed care organization, as well as their assigned claims adjuster. The managed care organization focuses on making sure that employees receive appropriate and timely medical care, while their adjuster ensures financial benefits are promptly addressed. The third tier of support focuses on getting the employee back to work while considering their abilities and any medical restrictions. This is called the Return to Work Program, which we will introduce next. Return to Work Program. The purpose of the Return to Work Program is to assist employees who are coming back to work after an on-the-job injury, non-occupational injury, or illness. The philosophy behind this program is to help employees who are dealing with the effects of disability or illness in order to more quickly return them to productivity. What are some facts you should know? Employees may be offered transitional job duties that are approved by his or her physician. This could be as simple as a flexible schedule to permit the employee to attend medical or therapy appointments. Transitional job duties might also include assignments and special projects that are suited to the employee's reduced capacity due to the injury or illness. Employees will not be dictated to about what will occur while participating in the Return to Work program. They will be asked to actively participate in making decisions about the timing and nature of the interim duties related to their transition back to work. Indemnification Program. The purpose of the Georgia State Indemnification Program is to provide financial support to employees and their families who serve as public officers or school personnel when they are disabled or killed in the line of duty. What are some facts you should know? Employees covered by the Indemnification Program include law enforcement, firefighters, prison guards, emergency medical technicians employed at public hospitals, emergency management rescue specialists, state highway employees, Georgia National Guard, if called to state duty by the governor, and public school employees who are permanently disabled or killed by an act of violence while on duty. This program goes into effect when one of the covered employees receives a partial permanent disability, total permanent disability, or dies from an injury in the line of duty. There are specific reporting timelines that govern the filing and acceptance of the indemnification claims. The program-specific and reporting guidelines can be located on our website. Unemployment insurance. The purpose of the unemployment program is to help state organizations efficiently administrate unemployment tax processing and payments in cooperation with the Georgia Department of Labor. What are some facts you should know? Risk Management partners with a third-party organization called Corporate Cost Control to support this program. CCC is responsible for administering unemployment claims, storing separation information, auditing bills for unemployment benefit payments, acting as an address of record for state entities, and representing state entities at hearings with the Georgia Department of Labor. Risk Management seeks to decrease costs through this program by centralizing processes and providing expertise to state agencies related to unemployment tax processing and payments. Property insurance. The purpose of the property insurance program is to cover any covered loss which might occur if state-owned property, buildings, or building contents are destroyed or damaged. What are some facts you should know? The state owns or leases more than 15,000 buildings throughout the state. The buildings and their contents are insured for more than $30 billion through a combination of self-insurance and excess property insurance purchased through a commercial insurance brokerage firm. All risk coverage is also available, which covers the loss of other types of property that may not be tied to a location, such as cash and securities, fine art, watercraft, leased equipment, portable equipment, landscaping equipment, or utility vehicles. Property values are reported to Risk Management by each state agency using the property registry, which is detailed in the next section of this video. We have finished providing an overview of the various insurance services. There are two more areas of risk management responsibility we will examine. Next, let's look at the property registry system called BLIP. The purpose of the property registry is to track the property owned by the state. Risk management uses the information provided by each agency to decide what insurance coverage is required. State agencies describe the property and report values using the Buildings, Land, Lease, and Inventoried Property system. Each state agency accesses the system online to update existing property information or to add new property. It is important that each agency keep an accurate record of property of all types so that they are insured by the state in the case of damage or loss. The coverage amount paid by the policy will not exceed the values entered into BLIP by the agency. Finally, let's take a look at the Comprehensive Loss Control Program. Risk Management Services annually processes over 10,000 claims and pays out over $100 million in state funds each year for injury to state workers, repair to vehicles resulting from accidents, damage to property, and claims from organizations or individuals seeking monetary compensation for damages from the state or its agencies. Indirect impact through lost productivity and use of administrative time increases the resulting costs even more. The Risk Management Division manages the Comprehensive Loss Control Program for the purposes of decreasing overall insurance costs to the state and freeing that money for other purposes. The Comprehensive Loss Control Program strategies include using incident data to help recognize, evaluate, control, and anticipate risks that lead to losses. Creating policies, procedures, and best practice standards to remove the root causes of loss incidents. Partners with agencies to establish claim goals to encourage change within the agency's operational processes. Educating leadership and other employees about safety culture and best practices. Setting insurance coverage premium rates and adjusting claim deductibles based upon participation in the program. For more information about any of the risk management insurance services or supporting programs, visit the site pages at the indicated paths below. Thank you for watching this introduction to risk management.